Well, it's time to finally talk about the final Leprechaun movie in the franchise, Leprechaun Returns. I finally got around to watching it. It's released by Lionsgate December 11th, 2018, starring Taylor Spritler, produced by Lance Samuels, written by Susan Kelly, and directed by Steven Stansky. Now, he's a pretty big name coming up in the indie horror scene because he's also done other films like The Void, Manborg, the most recent one, Psycho Gorman, Father's Day, to name a few of them. But yeah, Leprechaun Returns is a sequel that takes place 25 years after the first one, and you follow the daughter of Jennifer Aniston's character in the original, who basically is coming back because the university in the town is decided to make it a sorority, like an eco-friendly sorority. So she joins to help restore it, and you meet like her the some other the sorority people that she's gonna be living with. Kelly, we got the drunk blonde girl. I can't remember her name. I can't remember most characters' names in this film. Yeah, you got the eco-friendly one who's always about like trying to keep the ball rolling and keeping the work ethic going, and then you got the two annoying dumbass jock dudes there that were pretty pointless to the story. But overall, yeah, they go there and yeah, and the lead chick, the daughter of Jennifer Aniston's character, she meets the big silly guy in the that tries to eat the corn and stuff like that in the first movie. He actually has a cameo that comes back, and she learns from him about it, and then they ends up regenerating the leprechaun. Comes out, regenerates himself out of the well, and basically, and still searching for his gold. Someone stole it, and they're not sure who, and goes on a murderous killing spree. A typical story for the Leprechaun franchise for the most part, and but you get the witty one-liners and everything like that with this one, and you get to see a lot of cool magic and stuff with this one. Leprechaun Returns was a big sigh of relief for me after seeing how crazy, ridiculous, and silly and dumb and terrible the series has gotten. This has definitely breathed a lot of fresh air into the franchise. It is very gory, a lot of cool practical effects. I love the practical effects in this film. Even the CGI effects and stuff were actually a pretty good standout. This was probably because this was also made for Sci-Fi Channel, and this is probably definitely one of their biggest, top, best ones I've ever seen them produce. Anyways, so I was very happy with it, and that the story is pretty good, like the Leprechaun one-liners and everything like that. All of it sort of on a goes pretty well together, and that pretty much it's a fun ride, and a lot of amusing stuff happens into it. A lot of interesting inventive kills happen in this film, and it was definitely put in good hands. Now there is a few negatives to it though, where one big aspect is, well, the guys in the film are pretty useless and terrible. One of them's basically there because he's a drone and they need the drone for uh some future scene. And yeah, he's basically the tech guy that doesn't really help out as much. Then you have the stupid jock guy who gets the wrong like glass and everything like that, and he's just pointless. He's sort of like the comic relief a bit, but it's kind of just like, wow, you're so stupid. Like, what's the point of that? But yeah, and also like a big problem with the characters in this film is when someone dies, they don't seem to care. They just keep moving on and stuff. Or like it is. I know this is a horror like comedy, so there's not being that critical with like the character development and stuff like that. Probably doesn't need to be there, but it's just like a small little tidbit thing that is somewhat different and might be, it's not like your conventional way of storytelling basically, but overall this film is very good. I don't have very many other things to point out. It is just a huge special effects spectacle and a gory mess, which is always good. A lot of it has been really done really well. Also a weird part where the main lead chick put the lead character sees visions, which is weird, but I think that's sort of like a cop out, but that's also to not disrupt the pacing of the film because that it has a pretty good pace to it. But yeah, so that was just like a quick cop out almost to how they're doing. I don't really like that in films, but that sometimes they have to do it. They have to do it, right? So, but for what it is, it's still a fun time, fun ride. Some you can probably relate to some of the characters and stuff like that. And yeah, overall, it was still I had fun with it, and I really liked it. I thought it was very fun. It definitely has some of its horror aspects of it, way more than the other series, other films in the series, and it does definitely has the comedy. But this one, they try to put the horror first, comedy second, where all the other ones, except for Origins, did vice versa, comedy versus horror bits here and there. But yeah, so this one, it basically they took what failed for Leprechaun Origins, redid it, and brought back the comedy side of it and made a pretty decent sequel. This is probably the second best in the series next to the first one. I actually really enjoyed it. So with that, I'm going to give this one 4.5 out of 5. It is a fun time, and it's either as good as the first or might even be better. I can't remember what I gave the first one, so but yeah, definitely check it out if you haven't seen it and you've seen at least the first film. You can check out this one. It is definitely one of the way better ones in this series, and hopefully we get more sequels like this if they decide to continue on with it. So yeah, Leprechaun Returns was a huge breath of fresh air in the series, and up a really fun time. So definitely check it out. Trailers linked down below, like always. My Instagram's always linked down below. I post clips of films I'm going to review in the future, all my stories. So make sure you follow me there. I also have the title and the hashtag just so you find it, guess it. Or if you just want to see what I'm watching, see what I'm going to review, make sure you follow me on Instagram. Stay in the loop. It's all there. Also, I do put the subgenre of film in the video clip too, so in case it's something you're not interested in, you're aware of that. So yeah, make sure you follow me on Instagram. Like this video, share it somewhere people are aware of this sequel and the Leprechaun franchise in full. It's one of those guilty pleasure franchises that most people enjoy. And a lot of people have started talking about it again, so yeah. So make sure you share this. Yeah, comment down your opinions of the film if you've seen it. Let me know what you thought. Did you love it as much as I did? Do you absolutely hate this movie? Love to hear it and hear what you think of it. So make sure you throw your comments down below. Also, if you have any films you want to hear my opinions in the future, comment those down below as well. I'll try my hardest to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find it. And also, don't forget to subscribe because I absolutely have no idea what I'm going to review next. So, and that'll be interesting to figure out. So, yeah, make sure you subscribe, and I guess I'll see you in the next review. All right, cheers.